kind of get started. I first wanted to just start. We have a lot of attendees on here, and I'm going to submit a poll. And if everybody could just on their screen answer the poll, that would be great. It only takes one click. If you'll click that, then the question is have you ever closed a non-QM loan? And we're asking primarily because we would just want to have an idea of the audience, and that'll help us kind of understand the knowledge level of our audience. So if you would just click through, I would appreciate it. Give it another few seconds. Thanks everybody for all right. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, almost everyone has voted. If you haven't, don't worry about it. It looks like we're at 49% of you have closed a non-QM loan and 51% have not. So that's great. About half of you had. So thanks for that. I have one other quick question that I'm going to put out there, and this is just, I'd like to know kind of everyone's experience, what they know about FICO scores. But the question is, how many Americans' FICO scores are below 680?
Radiation sickness is a terrible way to die.
So everybody's clicking through.
You'd know that, wouldn't you, from the condition of the body you saw? I beg your pardon, sir. Interesting, isn't it?
All right, everybody's going quick. Okay, so everybody's voted. We got 71% of you said it was 50%, and 25% said 30%. And it's dropping. Lots more now saying 30%. So as an FYI, we got a smart group, but 50% of American FICOs are below 680. And that's not a very well-known statistic. So pretty impressed that so many of you knew the correct answer. So anyway, that's it. Thanks very much for doing that. Now let's just kind of get into what we were going to talk about today. First, I just wanted to start with an outline. Again, we're going to spend 30 minutes or so. One of the biggest things that we get asked all the time is, how do you find these customers? And I apologize. It sounds like we've got some background noise.
There is some background noise, Tom.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, okay. I think we just took care of that. So my apologies. We thought that everyone was muted, but now everyone is for sure. So, okay, so we'll talk about just a few things that we want to cover. How do you find these customers? That's probably the number one question that we get all the time as far as how to participate in the non-QM space, so we're going to spend time on that. Second one is how do you qualify these borrowers? Once you find them, then we're going to show you how to find free marketing materials so that you can go out and actively market to get this business. And then we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about the products and which products you can use and to get not only to find these borrowers, but really which products we have available, so you have a decent understanding of them. Not going to get into a lot of details. Mel, is there anything else that we need to make sure that we cover? Okay, so we'll move on. All right, so where can we find these borrowers? That's a really important one, because if you can't find them, then you're not going to really need to know how to qualify them and the other things. But so first and foremost, and these are all very somewhat obvious, but I do want to go through them individually and just kind of throw some points out. But we've just to give you a little high level of Angel Oak. First and foremost, a couple things. We are a wholesale and correspondent lender. We've been doing this non-QM, non-agency for 3.5 years now. So we absolutely understand how this works. It's all we do. We do nothing outside of non-agency and non-QM. So that helps tremendously, from an experience standpoint. But the other thing is that so our first avenue of really kind of sourcing these borrowers is the most obvious, but I want to just spend a second on realtors, because realtors, they're kind of the first gatekeeper, so to speak, and I think it's important that you realize that realtors are someone, a group of people that you need to take to. Anytime we get exposure to realtors, they get extremely excited about these products and programs, because they've been very aware, post-crisis, that these borrowers have been locked completely out. So, when they find out that there's some different products and programs available, they get pretty excited about it. And, also, if you're looking to even capture new realtors and new referral sources, taking some non-QM, non-agency options to them is something that you should really do. Helps open the door for you. Something different to talk about other than just your standard, your standard Fannie Mae and FHA type loans. That's what everybody offers. So use non-QM and yourself and your expertise as a way to differentiate yourself. That makes a big difference. And again, anytime we've shared our products and programs with realtors, they have gotten really, really excited and want to learn more, and they seem to know borrowers that fall into these buckets that they've not been able to sell a house to. So show them a way that they can grow their business, and they're ultimately going to want to do business with you. A second key category is builders. Builders, similar to realtors, but they're always looking for new ways to sell their houses, sell the new homes that they're building. And when they find out about the non-QM options, they absolutely see the opportunity for them to grow that part of their business. And they don't want to lose anyone who walks into, let's say, a model home. They don't want to lose any of those opportunities to expand their business. So that's kind of an important one. Don't forget about the builders out there. A third category that we've seen a lot of our customers have success with is lead generators, providers, and that's really, so if you think about it, we started with a poll early on that 50% of borrowers have a credit score below 680, but there's very few loan programs that will take care of those borrowers under a 680 credit score. So lead generators, since the crisis, anytime they've gotten borrowers with lower FICOs or any type of credit blemish that they're aware of, they've not had a home for those leads at all. So they've got an interested borrower, but they've got no lender willing to take those leads. And lead generators, they get, their business model is to sell the leads. So for the past almost 10 years now, they've had no one willing to buy the leads for borrowers that don't fit into the agency box. So if you have some contacts and know some lead generators, go to them and take some of our products and programs and see if you can be that resource for them. The good news is that they're very excited about doing business with you because, again, they've had no outlet for these leads for many years. And because of that, they'll generally give you a very deep discount on these leads because today they're getting zero revenue. The other benefit that I like from that is that if you've ever used a lead generator and on a paper loan, there's generally multiple people getting the same lead at the same time. So it's really who can get in touch with the borrower first. Well, if you're focused on non-QM, you're not going to have that type of competition. So there's just so many reasons why, if you looked at a lead generator, that's a way that you could start generating leads today that you're obviously not getting. Another category, got it on here on your screen, is just other loan officers. There are lots of loan officers out there that either don't know about non-QM, or they work with a lender or some type of mortgage bank or even a bank that just won't offer anything outside of the QM lending world. And if you go to them and give them the option to be the resource for their fallout loans or their non-QM loans, they're going to send you those deals. And really, there's a lot of loan officers out there. This is how they capture non-QM business, by simply going to other LOs and saying, hey, call me. I'm not trying to take your referral source. I'm simply trying to take care of a borrower who should be qualified or is qualifiable on a loan within a non-QM parameters. The great news about this lead source is that the original LO has probably done a very good job of already pre-qualifying them for you. So if a lead comes over there, and if you speak to them about, these borrowers deserve to get a loan, they're deserving borrowers, they just don't fit those tight agency guidelines. So when they come to you, they know that, hey, these are kind of high-level guidelines that I can give to get this loan through a non-QM program. And so when they hand it over to you, it's already, that first layer or first level of qualification has likely been done. So I think that's a terrific source. Another thing I wanted to bring up to you is if you have questions, please submit the questions, and we're going to get to questions at the end of this. And I apologize, I should have said that first, but submit the questions, and we'll go through them, and then I'll pull up some of them and spend a few minutes answering them. May not be able to get to all of them, but I'll do my best to get to as many as we can. So a fifth kind of category of leads for you is accountants and financial planners. We are seeing a lot of success out in the market with loan officers speaking to accountants and financial advisors. We have a product we're going to spend a little time later on talking about, but a bank statement loan that accountants, that their job is to minimize someone's tax exposure. So they work with a lot of these self-employed borrowers and know that they're not going to be able to qualify for a loan using their tax returns, but they are a deserving borrower. So what that does, that creates an opportunity for you to go in and be a resource for these accountants to help their deserving borrowers that just aren't going to fit the Fannie Mae income qualifications. So accountants, financial advisors, those are really some of our favorites and where we've seen a lot of people have success. So anyway, those are kind of the big categories. I wanted to change gears a little bit now and show you. We talked about.
Tom, can you hear me?
Hey, Mel. Yeah, I can't hear you.
Hey, sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties and I was on mute for a while.
Okay.
Before you go to the next topic, I wanted to talk about realtors and financial advisors. We've been doing this, like you said, for 3.5 years. In this 3.5 year time span, we've gone on a lot of presentations with loan officers to meet with realtors. I think it's interesting. Some of our most successful loan officers that work with Angel Oak, one of the things that they've done is when they go make these presentations, they make our products the focus of their presentation. The reason being is that, for the most part, it differentiates them, like you said. They're talking about something that's completely different other than the usual, we have low rates, we have great service. And what they realize is once they've gathered their attention by talking about our products and they start doing business with them, they're going to get a lot of that agency paper business too. So it's a great tool to kind of grab their attention and make them a customer. So we see that happening all the time, and I really recommend that to everybody on this call.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, Mel. Thanks for bringing that up. Okay, so let's go to if you don't remember a lot from this webinar. One thing that I would highly encourage you to remember is just simply our website. Our web address is very easy. It's angeloakms.com. But if you remember that web address, most tools that we're going to show you are available on our website. So angeloakms.com. This is the page that's going to pull up. You can watch some videos. If you're on this call and you're not approved with us yet, you can click right here, and it takes you right to the broker package. So everything that you need to get signed up with us is right here. You could just click this and download it, and we can get you started. But a tool that I wanted to show you. So we've shown you the resources, where you can go, where you can start marketing for these borrowers. But we have a couple tools that I'm going to show you now. One of them that is used all the time is what we call our quick quote. And if you didn't see how I got there, it's just right here on our web main page, down here on the right, quick quote. But this is a way that you can go in and input a little bit of information about your borrower, and it's going to give you an answer how to, what kind of loans we might possibly have available. So let me show you how this works. So if you haven't used quick quote, we put in a credit score. Let's just say the borrower's got a 660 credit score, loan amount. We'll say it's a jumbo loan. LTV, you can see we go up to 90% on some programs. Well, for this one, let's just say 80. And they've had a foreclosure, but it's a couple years old now, so we'll say they're 0 times 30 in the last 12 months. As soon as you answer that question, it shows you which programs we might possibly be able to do for that borrower. And again, this is not a pre-qualification. This is not a review of credit. This is just something that's high level to give you an idea of where this loan might fall, and if there is such a loan for this borrower. And in fact, we throw in a couple different product offerings: Portfolio Select, Non-Prime. You ask for an 80, but we can do up to an 85 for this borrower. It gives you the rate, some high-level guidelines. But what's really neat about this product, a couple things. One is you can go in and just make a change. So let's say we want to change the FICO scores. We'll keep the same. Our LTV, just so everybody, average LTV is in the low 70s. So let's say this was a 65% loan to value. It's going to immediately change. So Portfolio Select, with that credit score, we asked for a 65, but it tells you we could do up to a 90. Gives you the rate. You can see right here at 5.25. Again, some simple guidelines, high-level guidelines. You have to be out of a bankruptcy and a housing event for 24 months, and reserve requirements. So I know I kind of clicked through this quick, but that's the idea. This is a quick quote. Put a little bit of information in, and this is a great place to get you started.
And Tom, I know we're going to talk about. You can also put this on your iPhone, on your Samsung phone. It's very easy to use. I'm sure we'll cover that too.
Why don't we do that now? Okay. Yeah, it's a great idea. All right. So this is something that we've had people request that we show them. But if you pay attention here, there's only a few buttons. But if you open Safari on your smartphone and go to Angel Oak MS, our main page. And then at the bottom of that main page, if you click on Quick Quote, sorry, that's a mouthful, and then the next step is everyone should have, this is for an iPhone, this little box with an arrow. But once you get to the Quick Quote form, you click on the box with an arrow on the bottom of your phone. What pops up then is, what do you want to do with it? And what you want to do is add it to your home screen. So you click right there on Add to Home Screen. Then it's going to ask you what you want to name it, but it'll already say Quick Quote Form. So unless you want to change it, that's what it'll be. So all you need to do is click Add. When you click Add, voila, you now have an app on your smartphone. So if you're out, let's say you're at an open house and you're passing out flyers and you're drumming up some business, and a realtor is there and tells you a scenario, you can pull up this app from your phone, answer those same 4 or 5 questions, and get an idea of what type of loan program could be available for those borrowers. So again, I went through it real quick because I don't want to waste everybody's time. We will send this out as an attachment. So if you missed us for two, don't worry. We're gonna send you more information out. Okay. All right. So we're at the quick quote form. You see this loan, Portfolio Select. You know they had a foreclosure or a bankruptcy, let's say 3 years ago. It's a jumbo loan, so you're not going to get them approved on a jumbo product. So you want to take it to the next step. So all you would do is from this page is click Pre-qualification Request, and you fill out a few pieces of information, who your account executive is. So that's our list of account executives. Fill in your information so we can get back in touch with you. The program, just put in this information, real simple. And then at the bottom, you upload your 1008 if you have it, 1003 and credit report. And then at the bottom, you just click here to submit. And when you click that, that will go directly to your account executive. And they're going to look at the 1003 and the credit report and tell you exactly what program. So the quick quote is going to give you an idea. But once you've taken it to this next step, this next level, to the pre-qualification request, that's going to get you the definite answer. And I will tell you, we spend a lot of time on the front end. So when we give you that pre-qualification request, you can be quite confident that that's a loan we're going to be able to do for that borrower in that program. Anything else to add on that?
Sure. What I'll say is there is the comment section on there. Make sure to add some comments if there's anything specific about the file that we should know. Like anything else, the more we know about your file, the better pre-qualification we can do. So take advantage of that square box there and add the comments that pertain to your loan. When we receive that pre-qual, the account executives will try to get it out to you as soon as possible. Normally, that pre-qual should come back to you within a 24-hour time period.
Yep, that's great. Okay, so this is the pre-qual. I've gotten a couple questions of how do I find your account executive. So while we're on the home page, let me just show you that real quick. So I'll go back to Angel Oak MS, and right here under Contact Us is Find an AE. So Contact Us, Find an AE, and then it's going to take you to a map. And all you would have to do is click on the state. Let's say you're in the great state of Texas. You click on that, and it'll pop up the coverage that we have. Hey, there's another picture of Mel. But so those are the account executives for the different markets, and that's just really simple. So if you don't have an AE, please go to that map and click on it and reach out. And I'll also give you my contact information and Mel, so you can contact us directly if you'd like. Okay, so showing you the quick quote, showing you the pre-qual. Now let's talk about. We'll go back to the home page. One of the things that we offer as a huge benefit to our approved customers is the ability to create flyers. And so I want to show you how to do this. But once you're an approved loan officer or company, you're going to get a username and password. And you'll see right here in the top right-hand corner of our web page is log in. So once you have your username and password, you click on log in, and you'll have your information that you'll put in here. I'll log in, and when you come to this page, this is where you're going to have your pipeline of loans and other things, but we have this section called Broker Flyers. So you click on Broker Flyers, and all the flyers of our programs are on here. And I'll click on one. This is a good one. So this is kind of an overview of all of our programs. But what's nice about these for your benefit is that these are customizable. So you can see you click here to insert your logo. There's nothing about Angel Oak on these flyers. So you put your logo here, and then at the bottom you put your name, contact information, company NMLS information, and then if you have any specific company disclosures that you want to add, you click right there and put those in as well. So these are available. We have lots to choose from. You can see quite quite the supply. So you can pick which ones work best for you. Hey Mel, while we're on this page, do you want to just spend a minute maybe giving everybody kind of a high-level overview of our programs?
Sure, absolutely. Let's start with our Portfolio Select product, which is essentially our Alt-A product. There's many advantages to this loan. This is for a borrower that just missed being an agency borrower. There could be several reasons. There could be a seasoning on short sale, foreclosure, bankruptcy, where we require a 2-year seasoning on our Alt-A product. It could be over an FHA limit. On this product, we go up to $3 million. Maybe there's a DTI issue that the borrower doesn't qualify. There is one program that's very, very good on this. It's a borrower with a bankruptcy 13. On this product, we're able to go off the filing date as long as the bankruptcy 13 was paid as agreed for a minimum of 24 months. So we could literally have a borrower that just came out of bankruptcy 13 a month ago, but if he was in a bankruptcy over 24 months, paid on time as agreed, we can actually give this borrower an Alt-A loan. Rates in this product start at 4.99. They're typically going to be somewhere in the 5s and the 6s, and it's a great loan for that borrower that just missed, didn't qualify for an A-paper loan. Our next one is the one that you see at the top, which is our non-prime product. It's interesting to make sure we understand that Angel Oak has 5 core products. One of our products is a non-prime product. We're not a non-prime lender. We happen to have a non-prime product as one of our core products. On this non-prime product, the good thing about this is you can have a borrower that just recently had a short sale, a bankruptcy, or foreclosure, and that borrower is going to be able to qualify for anywhere up to 85% LTV. These borrowers typically, for a very long time, didn't have many options. They didn't qualify. Their only other option was to try to maybe go find a hard equity loan. So we bridged that gap for that borrower. The good thing about these loans is that these loans, when your borrower qualifies for an agency loan after they've been on these loans, you can then go and refinance these borrowers. So essentially, you're getting 2 loans for the price of 1. So we know we do see a lot of these non-prime borrowers that didn't have options, so now you have another option for that borrower. In addition to across our 5 core products, we offer a non-warrantable option for non-warrantable condos. We will consider non-warrantable condos on a case-by-case basis. Some of the things that that are important to note, we will go up to 100% investor concentration. That's a big one. We get all the time. We have a building that's got 65% investor. Are you okay with that? Yes, we are. Another one that we see that is typically interesting that we can do is no reserves or limited reserves. We will go down to 0 reserves. There is an LTV restriction at 0 reserves. We go up to 70. 5% reserves, we go up to 75. 10% reserves, we go up to the maximum of 90. But we have been able to save a lot of loans that fall into that criteria. Our bank statement loan, if you move down the page, Tom, is one of our most popular loans. It's a great product for self-employed borrowers. As of 2015, there was over 15 million self-employed borrowers in the United States. Many of those self-employed borrowers aren't able to qualify due to income because we know they take a lot of deductions on their tax returns. So with this program, you have 2 options. You can use personal bank statements or you can use business bank statements up to 90% on the personal. Right now, as we speak, we're up to 80 on the bank statement, on the business bank statement. We've made it very easy to qualify for these loans. We have some worksheets that are very, very easy to fill out. They'll take about 5-10 minutes of your time, so we've worked really hard to make it easy on your side. Our account executives across the country are very well versed in these programs, so they're going to help you determine if your borrower qualifies. This loan goes up to $3 million. Rates are starting in the low 5s. You do need a minimum credit score of 620, and we allow gift funds. A great product we use all the time. It gets a lot of attention, and we've done a good job of simplifying the process of these bank statement loans. The next one you see on the board is our investor cash flow. This is a loan that we really, really like, both internally and for our customers. It's a true no-income investment loan. The reason it's a no-income loan is because we're qualifying the borrower based on the cash flow of the property. We're not qualifying due to income. These are great for investors. If you have investment clubs or if you have realtors that work with investors, we run across people all the time that didn't know that these loans were available. Rates starting in the low 6s. There are a few parameters. For instance, you have to own a primary home. We want to make sure that nobody's using this product to buy a primary, but it's a great program, easy to underwrite. We're doing a lot of these loans, and if you know realtors that work with investors, please let them know that this program is out there. The last one on this loan of our 5 core products is our foreign national product. Our foreign national product, we do a lot of these loans also. The biggest niche that we have here is that we go up to 75% loan to value. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown as to some reasons you may come to us with a foreign national loan. First and foremost, 75% LTV. We also have fewer country restrictions. We're still lending to countries such as Venezuela, Argentina, Brazil. Some countries that other lenders right now might have limits on LTVs. We will go down to $75,000 on this product. That's not to say go out there and find $75,000 foreign nationals, but if you run into a foreign national loan that's less than the amount that a lot of banks out there allow, which is normally about $200,000, instead of saying no to that borrower, you now have an option for that borrower. The other important one is we allow the funds for the reserves to stay in the home country. That's a big one. A lot of the people that lend in the foreign national space need those funds to be in a U.S. account, sometimes in a CD for 24 months. So there's a lot of flexibility there. So those are our 5 core products, along with non-warrantable condos across them. This is just a portfolio of products that instead of saying no to your borrower, you now have another option. And I will say on our main page, Tom, if you go to our main page real quick, on our main page there's a video on the lower left. It's a 60-second video that we put together, and essentially it's a video of 2 loan officers, one of which offers our Angel Oaks non-QM products. We're not going to show it now, but it'd be a good investment of 60 seconds of your time. And the other loan officer does offer the Angel Oak non-QM products. And the decision to offer that non-QM product not only gets you the loan, it also gets you the referrals and the repeat business. And if you're working with a realtor, how much business does that mean to you? We've seen firsthand where we've had brokers that don't offer these products and their customers are walking down the street to their competitors and they're losing the customer. And the point we're trying to get across that in 2017, your customer is a very important commodity. There's no reason you should be losing your customer to your competitors because you're not offering these products. So I'll turn it back to you, Tom.
Yeah, no, that's great. I tell you what, Mel, I've been looking at some questions coming through, so I want to maybe start. First of all, just again, angeloakms.com. If you are already approved, this login button, if you want to get to those flyers, you click on the login button and you'll have your email and your login. And once you do that, those flyers will be there. So if you're already approved with us, you can get these flyers and get them out there today. I'm seeing a lot of very specific product questions, and I don't want to address too many of them. Just know that that's really how you're going to work with us is ask those questions to your account executives. They are experts at our programs and our guidelines, and that whole pre-qual process that we just walked you through a few minutes ago. We're going to address any issues/challenges that there might be for that particular borrower. But we're doing a lot of these loans. We're the market leader, and the reason is that we make good loans to good borrowers that are just they're not going to fit the tight agency box. So from a guideline standpoint, the other thing that you can do is you can use Quick Quote. Go into Quick Quote, and if you've got a mortgage situation, there's mortgage situations on Quick Quote that you can select, and it'll tell you right there whether or not we can do a loan. So also got some questions about you want to see how to add that Quick Quote app on your phone again. We'll send that out so you can see that and follow along. Again, it won't take you long, but I don't want to take everybody through it. Mel, did you see any other questions coming through that you want to address?
I was going through the questions. There was one: does the Alt-A product allow for mortgage late? It does. That's one of the things, like Tom says, we will look at every deal. And very important, we haven't talked about this yet. One of the neat things that we're able to offer is we make a lot of exceptions on our loans. We're interested in making good loans, and if we feel that an exception merits, the file merits an exception, over 50% of our loans that we make have exceptions. So we have guidelines, obviously, but we're interested in making a good loan to a borrower that can repay. The ability to repay is something that we're really looking for, and that is one of the things that sets us apart. We underwrite our own loans, we make our own decisions, and we have flexibility, and that's part of having been doing this for 3.5 years.
Yeah, and that's it's common sense. We're making common sense lending decisions. The question that came through: do you offer lender-paid compensation? And I'm happy to report that we do offer lender-paid compensation, and we just were able to offer that in the last couple of weeks. So if you're already approved with us, get in touch with your account executive, and I'll actually show you right here. If you're already approved with us or not, but under this broker package section, there is lender-paid compensation addendum, and it's right here. You would just need to click, download it, have it signed, and submit it in, and there's directions all on this form. But that's how you can start getting lender-paid compensation from us.
Hey, Tom, I saw a question that was interesting. Question is, how long does it take a file to close with Angel Oak? So I just want to kind of go real quick. We're talking about a 24-hour time period for a pre-qual. Once you have that pre-qual, you can submit the file at any point as long as you have credentials. Setup is going to take 24 to 48 hours. Underwriting is going to take 24 to 48 hours, and which means you can literally submit a file and have that file approved anywhere between 48 to 96 hours later. The typical file with Angel Oak will take about 17 to 21 days. We do that all day, every day. What we always say is if a file is taking longer than 21 days, it's because we're waiting on conditions from the broker. But we pride ourselves at providing quality service, making sure that we're maximizing how quickly we can get that file out for you. And, it happens every day. So that's a good question, 17 to 21 days, and that's kind of an idea of what to expect in terms of times.
Yeah, and I think to kind of add on to that, Mel, a lot of these, we're doing about 85% of our business is purchases, and we understand that there are closing dates and contracts and realtors and lots of people involved in those types of transactions. So we believe that speed of getting these loans through the system and into closing is really important. Here's another question: do you do FHA, VA, and Fannie Freddie loans? And the answer to that is no. We do nothing but the non-QM, non-agency loans, and I think that speaks to kind of our expertise. And the reason that we are experts in it is because this is all we do. Our account executives and the company as a whole, this is all we do each and every day. So that allows us to really be good at what we're doing and focus on being good at what we're doing and not involved in too many different types of programs. So we keep our focus on these alternative loan programs. Let's see, lender pay. I think you might have mentioned it, Mel, but someone asked, can the reserves or down payment come from a gift?
Well, down payment can. Reserves is important because in this environment, we want to make sure that the borrower has skin in the game. That's one of the things that's changed from maybe 10 years ago. But we do allow a gift. As a matter of fact, on our Alt-A product, we allow an 80% down payment with a 20% gift. So we have a 100% gift of equity that we allow. On our non-prime product, we require a minimum of 5% down payment. However, if we lower the LTV by an additional 5%, we can do a 100% gift. So there is a lot of flexibilities in how we can structure these loans. But at the end of the day, we do need borrower to have skin in the game. But there is a lot of flexibility.
Right. Okay. Turn time, some questions about that we've already answered. That's all the questions that I see that I think we should probably try to answer as a group. Do you see any others, Mel?
I think that's it. There's questions on where to find the flyers. A lot of these questions, what we're going to do is we're going to review them, and we'll be getting in touch with you personally via email and answering these questions offline. But there's a question about residual income. Residual income, the amount of money left over after you pay your debts. There's even on something such as residual income, which is something that we look for. There's a lot of flexibility there. But again, we need to make sure we're making a loan to the borrower that has the ability to repay the loan.
Yeah, I've seen this question actually come through a few times. We do go up to a 90% loan to value, and none of our loans carry mortgage insurance. So there is no PMI on these loans if you exceed the 80%. So another benefit on these higher LTV loans. Okay. Well, I think we've answered most of the questions for now. Again, please continue to send them in, and we'll be sure and get back to you. Also, find the account executive in your market, in your area, and reach out to them, and they will be your expert and will be your resource on a daily basis to help you access these flyers so you can market for them, but then help you qualify and pre-qualify them as we talked about before. Anything else you want to add before we sign off here, Mel?
No, I think the last thing I want to say is that we keep talking about we've been doing this for 3.5 years, and while that doesn't sound like a lot in our space, it's probably one of the longest time periods of any company. We've got our 3 securitizations, getting ready to do a 4th one. As a company, we really pride ourselves in providing a great customer service, and I know that sounds cliche, but I'm here to tell you that Tom and myself, we stand behind what we're saying. We want our customers to have a good experience. We want our customers to learn how non-QM loans can help your bottom line. There's a lot of these customers, like we talked about in the call, that are not being reached. Going back to meeting with realtors, and as a matter of fact, a lot of the loan officers that are on this call, if you have a local rep in your area and you're going to go meet with realtors, we're happy to go along with you and help you do the presentation. We've done it all the time, and we see how realtors react to learning about these products. So we hope that you found this, meaningful. And if you're working with Angel Local, we appreciate it. If you're not working with us, join us, ask us questions. We'll be happy to do webinars for your groups. So thank you for coming on board.
Yep, that's great. And just kind of left my contact information and Mel's contact information on the screen. So again, thank you for your time. Happy selling, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you very much for attending. Bye-bye.